Welcome, guys. We're back. Week six, week six preview, isn't it?
Yeah, week six
Yeah,
preview.
week six preview show. We were on a little hiatus there now last week, but we're back. Obviously, I've got Richie here with me.
What's up?
Unfortunately, we're missing Dell again this week, so we're just gonna straight duo at this time. But
We're strong, independent podcasters. We don't need no support.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah, we're not having that John Hand back on again anyway. Not after him slandering us the last time. Going back on his own
He
podcast.
comes from
We
a
were
shoddy
so kind.
podcast. What do you expect?
I know. We were so kind to invite him on. What did we get? Shit. Talking about the other boys' podcast, I just want to address a few things from their own latest thing, taking shots at us for missing 1 week. It's obviously very easy then to record every week when like 75% of their podcast lives in the same house. We don't exactly have that same benefit when we live in 3 different counties.
Exactly. I didn't even listen to theirs. It's not worth it. It's a mediocre at best.
Yeah, I consider skipping it as well, but I was bored earlier on. So also, there's continue taking shots, but guys, we made a little bet at the start of the year. Why don't you guys make some picks? Because you guys agreed to it, so surely if you don't start making some picks soon, you're just going to have to default call yourselves the second best podcast, because we may have missed last week, but our podcasts are out there to be heard, public knowledge. Come on, make some picks, make this thing interesting, or we're just going to default give ourselves the title as the number one podcast, and you just have to call yourself number two. So make some picks this week. We'll be bearing it out there now in the next hour or so. So, make some picks. We'll do our usual crack of taking a brief. Well, it might be pretty hard to have a brief look over the waiver wires and transactions from the last couple of days because there's been so many of them, but we'll do that.
Absolutely blowing up.
Yeah, we'll do that. Have a quick look back on the previous week and then obviously jump into this week's previews. So, anything that stands out for you big time? Oh, actually, I should say as well, come back to us, ATD podcast. Get off our waiver wire thing. That's ours. I know he's recorded a little late, but come on, it's our thing. But yeah, anything to stand for right from you, Richie? From the long list of transactions.
This is starting from 3 days ago with the full waiver. There's not really anything surprising. Like Connor picking up Ryan Fitzpatrick is pretty funny. Like 7 people went for Chase Claypool. That was to be expected.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not really anything shocking. Hannah picked up Andy Dalton and dropped Dak Prescott. Oh, that leg break.
I know, Jesus. I don't know. It's they showed the replay of it afterwards. I don't think they realised how bad it was, the TV crew.
Yeah.
Knowing how bad it looked, I don't think they would have shown the replay. So, very unfortunate for him, considering he was...
His leg right up, it was like fucking drooping. I was like, no, do it. Take it back. Other than that, it's like defenses, kickers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I picked up the boy Travis Fulgham, and then I quickly flipped him for a tight end off the boy Connors. So
Hawkinson.
Yeah, I was happy enough with that. I've been pining for a tight end I can confidently start every week, so I finally have one. He's had his bye, so I'm just that's tight end sorted for the rest of the year. I don't have to worry about it. So
yeah, and Frank Gore.
Well,
the Gore Borealis.
He's the eternal one. He's gotta always have a home. But he might even actually play this week if the goddamn Patriots don't get their shit together. Supposedly there was another positive case in the building, so he might just have to start if I can't start Philip Lindsay or Damian Harris. So I might get one more look in.
I like the way they were like, yeah, Frank Gore, and let Bell there. Frank Gore might get more touches. Like, Jeff Bell hasn't played, and Frank Gore still wasn't getting it. It's grand.
Yeah, he was like most serviceable running back. That's just how desperate the running back is out there right now.
Yeah. I like John picking up Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley has had a sneaky, fairly alright season for if he was from his flex. He's putting up alright numbers. If you're stuck for a week, it's a nice pickup.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because that Bills team, Josh Allen, is flinging the ball around to anybody who'll catch it. So,
weird pickup is Baz picked up Alan Lazard.
after he dropped them as well.
Yeah.
When he went on his little frenzy on Tuesday night when he was just adding and dropping everybody before the game thing. But yeah,
Well,
I think he's going to look to try to flip him for somebody else because he's got Devontae Adams, so there's no way he's going to start the boat
he's
with
on
them week in,
IR and
week
he's
out.
having surgery this week.
Yeah, like he's on the IR, so he was supposedly going to be out for a month, so it's a strange one. He's obviously probably stuck in the IR spot again, but strange move, all right. I reckon he's going to try to look to flip him some way down the line. Probably try to flip him to me or something. That seems seeing as I had him.
Yeah. Other than that, just a couple of trades, but not like the waiver wire is bleak.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I think we were just discussing here pre-podcast here that everybody's tilting clearly the last couple of days because everybody is just picking up, dropping, picking up, dropping.
Yeah, freaking out, not knowing what to do.
Yeah. But yeah, if you talking about the DJ Johnson Juju trade, I think it's a pretty fair trade on both ends. I don't think.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like one of them needed a half decent running back, one of them needed a half decent wide receiver. Like, no one really loses out in that, which is pretty weird for a trade with Michael. Normally, he try and screw you any chance he gets.
Yeah, I'm sure this might actually get Michael off my back now because he's been trying to trade me David Johnson for Tyler Lockett for like the last 3 weeks. So they'll finally get him off my back now about that.
Actually, yeah, I have a look at my phone. He was trying to trick me and like trying to give me 2 people.
Oh, it was probably last week when he was trying to he tried to offer, was it Devonta Freeman and T.Y. Hilton, was it?
Yes, for DMR.
Yeah, I think he was trying to flip those 2 lads to anybody would take them last week because he came in with me with that offer as well for Tyler Lockett. I was having none of it. But I don't think the waiver wire needs much more talking about now after that. Yeah, we'll just do our usual crack of having a brief look back of the previous week. We might as well start off with our matchup last week. That goddamn right Ravens defense coming up clutch for you.
Ravens defense, they've put in some serious work this season.
Poor Joe Burrows last week.
33.5 points.
I know, poor Joe Burrows. Wasn't even seeing ghosts out there by the end of it.
He got sacked 7 times.
That's ridiculous.
God damn. It's kind of went well for me, thankfully. But like my team did pretty much what I was kind of hoping they'd do, except for Dearness Johnson. I was like, oh, he's looking up, but no, he's not. 410. It wasn't the worst, but it's certainly far from the best.
Yeah, he got most of that 4.0 on the very last play of the game, where he was like running it. He got like a first down or something like that towards the end, which allowed the Browns to run out the clock. When I seen that he only got 4.1 points, I was kind of fancying myself because I still had Kirk Cousins, Higgs, Emmanuel Sanders, and someone else to play in those late games. So I kind of give myself a bit of a chance, but then after the Sunday night, where Kirk Cousins and Lockett shot the bed, I kind of knew it was over at that stage.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, Manny Sanders made it look a bit more respectable, but they weren't going to get points. They need like nearly 50 points after Sunday night, so I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Well, so you didn't have anyone who had a really bad week. Like Tyler Higbee wasn't the best.
Yeah.
The Tylers let you down, and Kirk Cousins. But other than that, like, it's a pretty decent week.
I know, like everybody kind of, like everyone had decent weeks. Like, I can't be too mad. But yeah, I kind of.
I'm second. I played Gronk because I was like, right, I'm going to play him because Jared Cook might not play. I'm just going to have to. I can't just risk not playing him. And I could have. I could have not played Gronk.
Yeah. At least there was nothing I could have done. There was nothing I could have done. Nobody on the bench I could have played because everybody was either out with COVID or buys. So.
Well, that's it. Like, there's nothing worse than those weeks when you're like, if I had only just played this other person, it would have been fine.
Yeah, there's nothing I could have done about that one, so I can't be too mad about it. Right, move on here to I've got Michael and Rob here next.
Yeah, same. That was a bleak matchup.
Yeah, poor Rob.
Lamar Jackson really let him down.
I know. He's just.
And he's
I think
put in a big game though.
I know, especially against Pittsburgh, who are very good run defense. Yeah, just Jefferson, the Juju, all like that. The whole middle part of his team is just hard to look at, from McKinnon down to Mo Cox. They didn't even get 10 points between them. Like everyone else, kind of the decence between sides those four lads.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those weeks where it just all fell apart for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know if it would have made a difference. I'm surprised he just didn't take advantage of the fact, I don't know, Justin Jefferson or something like that. And he could have subbed Johnny Smith in for Mo Cox. Like, he wouldn't have lost anything by saying those two things. He could have just said, if that game didn't go ahead on Tuesday, I nominate Johnny Smith over player come in for Mo Cox. I nominate AJ Brown to come in for Justin Jefferson, because I don't know if that would have made a difference and he would have won because of that, because those boys got like 35 points between them, but he might have won if he had done that. But it's hindsight, maybe that's why he's 0-5, just not making calls like that. But
fair. Move on to, I have Dell and Mark next.
Yeah, same.
Pretty similar to our own matchup. Like, it wasn't a bad week, wasn't a good week really. Like, they're very evenly matched for a quarterback.
Yeah,
like their quarterbacks got the same score.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's wild.
What are the chances of that happening? Yeah, it was just the kicker made the big difference. Fucking Will Lutz.
And Mike Davis. Mike Davis been playing an absolute stormer since CMC went.
Yeah,
I tried to get him off Mark.
Yeah.
Like right as he was starting, I tried to get him, and it wasn't happening. I didn't have enough to offer to get him.
Yeah. Mark's got a solid little team now as well, so he does.
Yeah. And Mari Cooper letting the side down. Well, I would imagine that was actually Dak Prescott got injured towards the end, didn't he?
I think it was in the second half, maybe, or maybe just before halftime.
Nuke, but a good week as always.
Yeah, he's just
Kelsey. Kelsey and Mandrews, that was a good matchup as well. And Deontay Johnson.
There's a few lopsided scores on each side that kind of made it evened out. How much Deontay Johnson went out early, but then 49ers only got 1 point. But yeah, it all came down to Will
Henderson should have played. That would have given that one hell of a boost.
Yeah, look at that bench. Like, you got Darrell Henderson 20 points, Mal Gaskin 15, Mattison 17.
Whoa.
But some depth now, Mark. So he does after those early losses. He really took advantage of that early waiver wire priority, and he's built a nice little team now.
And that's it. He's like, we all said we liked the team to begin with, and he's moved it to a good strength. Next up, we got Hannah and the boys.
Yeah, this was like all the play for it coming into like the fourth quarter of the game on Tuesday night.
That's it, and that's Dak Prescott. I'd say that was a big hit to Hannah, but like she scraped by what she won. One hell of a team, and then Jesus, it's gonna be a scary one going forward.
Yeah,
they're both 4-1 now.
Yeah, the boys made the point in their podcast that Josh Allen, after he threw that pick, which was a 4-point difference, which would have kept Chalmers in the lead if he hadn't thrown the last pick. He threw that last pick with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then he didn't touch the ball again.
Yeah, after not touching the ball again for the rest of the game, that's a bit of a shit one for the lads. Like, even if he had it just passed for a couple of yards, he could have gotten it for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's all he needed. A decent drive. With John Connor, I guess Tristan Herbert really made a difference in this one. Tristan Herbert and Zeke pretty much won it for John.
Ryan Tannehill dropping nearly 40 on our bench. So.
She only picked him up this week, I think, didn't she?
Yeah.
Or did she have him already?
I think she picked him up, but like, at the same time, Ryan Tannehill is such an up and down quarterback, and Dak was having such a good season.
Yeah, there's no way
it would have made sense to play Dak, but
especially against the Giants.
Slayton 16.4 on the bench as well. Yeah, narrow victory, but you pulled it off. Well, I would have expected much higher scores from both those teams, but good to see they're both human.
There's a bit of hope. Well, we don't have to deal with them, thankfully. So
yeah.
Although I think I'll play Hannah now in one of these next couple of weeks where we play out of division. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll play Connor next week.
I was going to say I got John and Connor next. You probably have the same, do you?
I do indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin Herbert. Whew, 5 points. I have.
Connor, I said don't have Matt Ryan as your quarterback. He will make you cry. This is what I said. Matt Ryan is Shaq Ryan because some days you'll just get 4 points and it's not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the big difference, really. Ryan just shit in the bed just made all the difference, really, because when you compare his score, Justin Herbert, 30 plus points more.
Yeah. And James Robinson as well. Like he's been having such a good season. If he had gotten an average of the rest of his points for the season, he easily, and if Matt Ryan had gotten an average score, probably would have won it for him.
He's pretty tired for the two lads at tight end, just looking at their here. 8 of a point versus 0.6 of a point for tight end.
Tight ends have been not great this season. Like normally they're all right, and then last season they seem to do really well for some people. Like George Kittle absolutely flew it last season. Yeah. But this season it's not so good.
Yeah, fucking John got away with Chiefs having just a trip donut 0 points.
Yeah. In fact, they allowed 40 points and only got 1 sack and the interception.
Yeah, that was a great game there on Sunday. So it was Chiefs Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, John would be happy enough to get that win. Stop Connor getting a couple more games ahead of him.
Well, that's it now. They're both 2 and 3. All right, last game will be Baz and Shauna.
Another very tight one.
Yeah.
Shauna tells them big time Tuesday night. She made the wrong choice.
It's hard not to, though. It's like, especially with the way things are with injuries and stuff, and having to just pick random names of people that you don't really know.
Especially when she had such a limited choice of options as well between just 2 teams. Yeah, I thought TJ Allen was the play to pick up and would have ended up being the right choice if she had picked up TJ Allen. But again, she got very unfortunate. Like the guy she picked up, he got injured in the first quarter, so she was very unlucky with that.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks had a good week on her bench, but I don't think it would have made quite a difference. Thrown him in instead like Christian Kirk. Actually, no, thrown him in instead of Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Baz team.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I forgot. I didn't think Baz had Brandon Cooks. Be a nice little surprise now if Brandon Cooks is half decent for him. Because he's got some strong wide receivers. CD Lamb, DK Metcalf. He's got Devontae Adams who's going to be back this week.
Wouldn't be bad to throw in someone like Brandon Cooks if they're starting to have a good season.
I know, yeah. That's a scary team Baz out now. Sitting out now in first place in the Irish division all on his own.
What was leaderboard now?
Very tight in Ireland.
Yeah. That's within 1 week will make or break it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that all year. We're just going to keep taking games off each other. Nobody's going to pull ahead.
Well,
Barry might.
I didn't realize Baz was 4-1.
Yeah, that was the battle of 3-1s last week. One of them was going 4-1 between Shauna and Baz. He's got himself a little breathing room now. It's just that's how tight it is, or has been.
Yeah,
it's very it's very small difference. But I've scored just a tiny bit of points more than Baz, but yet I'm a sixth place and he's in first.
yeah.
Just shows how like it is, how close the games have been, I should say.
Yeah, because like I have the second most points scored.
Mm.
I have third most against. Which is it's the worst. This week playing John, I'm pretty meh about it. I don't know what to expect. Like I know I've been predicted to win 3 times and I've lost every one of them. I've been predicted to lose twice and I've won both of those games.
I ain't saying that through all the way. That's a pretty strange stat, all right.
Right. And now I'm predicted to lose. I'm hoping that's a good omen.
Yeah.
I like Mahomes against Buffalo. I think that's going to be a good one. But again, Matt Stafford against Jacksonville is also going to be a good game.
Mm.
I'd say it's going to be. I don't know what to do running back this week.
Yeah,
I was hoping to get CMC back, but now it's looking like he's out till week 8. So he's going to miss this week and probably next week as well. Mike Evans is taken off the injury report. Thank Christ. DJ Moore is starting to look good as well. I'll have Jared Cook back in, hopefully, if he comes off the injury list. If not, Robert Tonyan just putting up numbers. Like,
I know he's the number 2 tight end on the year, but it's pretty much only because of his last game where he scored 30 points or something.
28.8.
20.8, yeah.
The week before that, he did 12.5. The week before that, he had 9 points. It's like it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
That's a very solid for tight end, but I don't know. Maybe now with Devontae Adams back, it might make a bit of a difference.
I hope not.
Yeah. And I'm just saying in regards maybe towards the end zone, because I know Devontae Adams is Aaron Rodgers' number 1 target when it gets down to the red zone, so I don't know if that will affect touchdowns.
Yeah.
But like obviously I think he looks pretty decent now. Robert Tonyan, like Green Bay have been looking for a decent tight end for a couple of years now, so hopefully he can keep it up.
Yeah. I think we're pretty evenly matched, to be honest. Like, I think I've got better wide receivers than he does, but I think he's got better running backs than I do.
Yeah.
Like, his running back 1 and 2 are fantastic with Zeke and James Conner. But then it's Scary Terry, who's unpredictable. Devonta Parker, unpredictable. Hayden Hurst, not great. OBJ sent home with a mystery illness, so
gotta keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Laviska Shenault, I think he's gonna have a big week. At some point he's gonna have a big week. I guarantee it's when it's on my bench.
Always the way. Like I a little note here. Like I think same as last week, which I think you need games from Paddy and the Ravens to you, which I think there's a possibility to get. I think the Ravens might not get 30 points again, but I could easily see them getting in the 20s against Philadelphia, who've just looked pretty awful on offense, to be honest, this year.
Yeah.
And then Paddy Mahomes, like I said, I think he's going to be in a shootout with the Bills again, so potential again for 30 plus points for him, I reckon, this week.
Yeah. It's the real question. Who do you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win? Odell Beckham. Like, one doesn't really have anyone he can really throw in there instead of ODB if he doesn't play.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley, yeah, the aforementioned Cole Beasley.
T. Higgins isn't bad.
Yeah, he's solid, but like I don't fancy Bengals. Xavier Rhodes is their number 1 now in Indianapolis, and he's just come back to form. He's shutting down wide receivers, so I'd imagine they put Xavier Rhodes on T. Higgins, which might just shut him out completely. But it's going to be close, but I have to give the edge John, I'm afraid, Richie. Trust.
No, I'm in agreement. I think it's going to be closer than this is predicting, but I think he's going to get
I
it.
think it is going to be close. I think
It makes
Stafford, Zeke, and Connor will outscore Mahomes, Evans, and DJ Moore, I think, and that might be the difference.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it'll be close, but I think he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Right, so your matchup.
Jeez, I don't think I've ever seen a more lopsided prediction going into, or projection, I should say, going into a week. Me against Rob.
And him 0-5. Oh, it's not a great look.
I don't know. Obviously, I want to win. Then at the same time, I'll not be mad if I lose, just because I don't want Rob to get absolutely depressed. If he goes
Rage with the Drizzt Bowl.
Rage with the Drizzt Bowl. I really don't. 0-5, 1-5. You can, if a couple of other results goes his way, he's looking all right at 1-5. 0-6. I don't think there's any coming back from that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not great.
Again, he's playing me at the most optimal time possible. I got Chase Edmonds, who I think 8.25 is a bit harsh of a projection for him, because he's probably actually played better than Kenyon Drake this year. And he's on far less touches. He's had far less touches, and I think he's outscored Kenyon Drake this year. He's been a real solid RB2, but he's going to have to step into the RB1 this week with Josh Jacobs on bye.
Yeah, definitely.
The RB2 spot is still up in the air now, because supposedly there's been another confirmed case of COVID in New England, so that's just throwing that game into doubt again this weekend.
That's what we were saying. Hopefully, it's just an office.
If it does go ahead, Melly G didn't practice today, so I think it might have something to do with the fact that he was caught driving the other night. So he doesn't play, and that game goes ahead. I kind of have to play Philip Lindsay in RB2. I don't really like it. He hasn't played since week 1. It's the Patriots, but I kind of have to play him by sheer volume. But other than that, I kind of like my team this week. Outside the flex, really, with Preston Williams. So
yeah, he spent some weeks on my bench and then went home. he was sent away. You don't really have too much else. Like, you have Damian Harris, but that's a risky one.
Especially with Cam Newton back, it's probably just going to poach all the goal line TDs if they get down that far.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I like Rob this week, though. Like, his team is starting to take shape. It's just a couple of who do I play?
That's it. That's been his biggest thing each week. He just hasn't picked the right players. Not that his team's played bad. He's just made the wrong choices.
And his kickers are doing absolutely fantastically. It's great.
Yeah, he's loving that, at least, I think. That's probably the one positive he's been taken from this year, is his kicker's been so good.
Chase Claypool. That'd be a good one to throw in. See, does he put up the nearly 40 points he did last week?
Oh my God. That's insane. 4 touchdowns. Over 100 yards.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous stuff.
I wonder, is he tempted to throw Lev Bell in? I know Rob likes a nice spicy play. I wonder, is he contemplating throwing Lev Bell maybe in at the last minute or something in the flex? Seeing as he's gone to Kansas City now.
He'd do it with such short notice.
Yeah, it probably is, but that's the kind of players Rob's been making this year, and that's the kind of reason why he's 0-5. But yeah, I'll pick this one first, and I think I don't like that top 3 for Rob. Jackson, Sanders, Hugh Johnson. They have tough matchups. Baltimore is very good against the run. I think they're going to have their way with Philadelphia. I do like his wide receivers, though. AJ Brown could go off. Justin Jefferson, Atlanta could definitely go off. Godwin looks like he's back, which is good for me, but I think I'm going to go because my running back, so I think I'm going Rob.
While we were talking, a notification did come up that Godwin is off the injury list.
I'm just seeing that now, yeah.
There you go. I have a friend.
Cameo. Yeah, no, I think it'll be close, and I'll be mad, but I'll also be happy for him at the same time. I'm going Rob.
Just to see how salty Rob will get, I want you to win. I think we'll be able to taste the salt coming off Canada from here.
He'll just be quiet all Sunday night, just not saying nothing in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you're going to win this week. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to try and go absolutely ham against Tom Brady. Chase Edmonds probably going to have a good week. Stephon Diggs has been looking good. Chris Godwin's back. TJ Hawkinson's been doing decently. Flex, maybe.
Yeah.
Joey Sly has been putting in great work.
Mm-hmm.
And Jets versus Dolphins. Yeah, I think you're going to get this week.
I don't like playing Buccaneers against Rodgers this week. That's why I picked up the defense.
Yeah, Bucks is good defense, but it's also Aaron Rodgers. He's just going to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, he's on fire. Like, especially because the Buccaneers are really, really good run defense. I think the way to beat the Buccaneers is through the air, so that's why I'm kind of like Rodgers a lot this week. But
well, that's it, and like because Tom Brady's going to he's obviously going to want to make a show of him, and he's got a better arm than Tom Brady does.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's a pretty lopsided prediction.
I don't agree with that prediction, no.
No. If Lev Bell does play and Edwards-Helaire starts losing touches, I'm going to be very happy. That'll be just hilarious. Although at the same time, Melvin Gordon might not play.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot riding on a lot of what ifs for this matchup.
Kareem Hunt against Pittsburgh is not great.
No. So if you look at his bench, if Melvin Gordon doesn't play, like, wait, what? Did we just get another trade? Live on air? Oh, we did.
Oh, did we?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Brandon Cooks, Cam Newton for Odell Beckham and J.K. Dobbins. Oof. That is spicy.
Lads. Thank you for this content. You knew we were recording right now. God.
That's why John didn't accept their thing. He's too busy fucking in the trenches hashing out trade.
We're just saying how much better Brandon Cooks is doing. Oh. Baz got trade rapes. J.K. Dobbins is not going to put up numbers for you. He's never going to do it.
Yeah, I've had J.K. Dobbins since week 1, and I've been waiting for him to do something since then, and I just gave up faith in him.
Yeah, he got dropped. He was picked up off the waiver. What are you doing? Like,
yeah, I have to agree. I definitely think the trade favors John.
100%. Like, Cam Newton will put up half-decent numbers most weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah.
OBJ is having a great season, but also has a mystery illness and might not play.
Oof. That is.
But Brandon Cooks he's having a decent season to start. Like, he could put up some decent numbers if he wanted to. No. I don't like that trade for Baz.
Well, if that's the case, it works out good for us. It gets like I don't think he hasn't. He played Cam Newton week 1. I don't even know if he's played Brandon Cooks all year. So, as his mind, he probably thinks they're kind of just. We were just literally talking there a few minutes ago about the depth Barry has at wide receiver. He had CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams. Now he's got Odell Beckham. Like, if Odell Beckham turns out to be decent, or if he stays consistent as he has been the last couple of weeks, that's a pretty good 1-2-3 there, wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it for Baz. He obviously thinks that he has depth and he can afford to get rid of Cam because he's got Kyler Murray there. So I don't hate it. I said John got the better. I actually looking at it again now. I think it's a fair enough trade. Wins.
I think it is better for John, but like it's not a wild thing to do, but definitely better for John.
Yeah, and like fucking Barry has DK
Michael,
Metcalf. Yeah. Barry has DK Metcalf as well. That's an insane wide receiver core if Odell Beckham stays. But yeah, get back to the matchup. Obviously, this has implications for this matchup we were just talking about because you imagine OBJ is going into the straight into the flex for Barry.
If he doesn't have an injury, if he plays, that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Devonta Adams, CeeDee Lamb, OBJ. That's going to be something serious. And if Melvin Gordon plays as well, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
That's what this game is going to rest on now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's going to be one of those effects. If Melvin Gordon plays, I'm going with Baz. If Melly G doesn't play, I'd probably lean Michael. Michael still has a pretty decent team this week.
Yeah, like he doesn't have a bad team, but he hasn't had much luck. Like he's 3-2. Like he's better than it could be. Better than 0-5.
Yeah. Julio Jones looked to be like 100% fit, which is good news for Michael. Obviously, he needs to start getting a payoff for that trade with Todd Gurley. So far, it's been very lopsided towards Connor. Got the way better end of the deal so far.
And no one expected that. Everyone expected that Connor blew that. And
the same thing as last year. We all said Connor blew the trade. But then he's just a mastermind when it comes to trades.
Yeah, he just knows what he's doing. Yeah,
I think while everyone else is zagging.
I think if everyone that he needs to plays, I think Baz. If they don't, I think Michael.
Yeah, I'm going with that. A little prefix. Melly G plays, going Barry. He doesn't, going Michael.
So then we have the Bearcats and the Rusholme Rangers.
I like this matchup this week. I think this is going to be the best of the week.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be the closest, and I think there's going to be some big numbers.
Yeah. Like, you look at it the whole way down, they're very evenly matched. The only position I'd give like a big advantage over is Derrick Henry over Antonio Gibson. Other than that, I think they're a very evenly matched team.
Pretty much. The only thing that could... No, I was thinking maybe injuries, but no, the only questionable person is Darius Slayton, and she has possibly someone else you put in.
Yeah.
Only Pollard, not so much, but
yeah.
I think this is going to be a great match.
Yeah. And especially you got the two QBs facing off against each other as well in the same game. John Watson against Ryan Tannehill. That's the spice.
If they start lobbing it, I think that's going to be a great match for both of them, because like Ryan Tannehill, if he has a week like he did last week, Sean Watson's going to have to keep up with that, and then it's going to pull up big numbers on both sides.
Yeah, and it's got that potential Titan stack as well. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry stack. I don't think Derrick Henry catches many balls, but if he did, that would be a huge stack. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry near the goal line.
Yeah, but that's it. Like if he decides to hand it off to someone, at least it could be Derrick Henry. So if there is a touchdown that's handed off, she'll still get the points for it.
Yeah, that's it. Jeez, that's a win-win for her in that game. Yeah,
definitely. The only thing I will say is for both of them, they don't have a lot on their benches.
Yeah, the first little injury does got it's a big one for this particular week. Like if Alvin Cook had been playing instead of say Tony Gibson or that, it might have swung it probably in a bigger favour towards Dell.
Yeah, definitely.
Alvin Cook.
I think it'd even out the prediction and make it nearly 50-50.
Yeah, it's not the hard one to call now, so it is.
Yeah, because you're not like, oh, if this person doesn't play because they might be injured. No, everyone's in. It's just a matter of...
Yeah, no question marks, really.
Yeah. So Darius Slayton, he's expected to play, so no, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole Dalvin Cook thing. The Dalvin Cook thing, I think that was the big difference here.
Yeah, I think that
Well,
injury.
it's the difference maker, I think, in deciding who I think.
Yeah.
Although I think in the little notes here, I did have Dell edging it.
I'm sorry, Del, but my money's on Hannah this week. I think this season, smart money's on Hannah for a lot of these pre-playoff games.
I'll stick with my pre-notes here. I'll go Dell, Edge and Dell in what I think will be the game of the week.
Nice.
I'll go Dell. To spice things up even here, but us in the picks. We're continuing our trend of being fairly similar in picks, so spice it up a bit.
All right, now we have Shauna with the Reggae Sharks and Connor with the Pterodactyls. I love this quarterback matchup. Gardner Minshew and Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's the mustache versus the beard, and it's got to be glorious.
Yeah, my God. Ryan Fitzpatrick lighting up the 49ers last week was the most unexpected thing in the already very weird 2020 season. I don't think anybody's seen that coming.
Fantastic season so far. Other than week 1, he's having a great season.
It's magic. QB 6 on the year. Yeah. That was about minus points the first week. That's insane.
Yeah. That's it. He put up nearly 30 points 2 weeks in a row. Nearly 20, which it's not great, but it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. And 34 and a half.
And it gets split Jets this week, so easily getting near 30 points again.
Hopefully. I think the only bad week he had was the week John played him.
Yeah, Connor's playing Sean on a good week where he doesn't have to go up against Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's very lucky. But Aaron Jones still in there. Jim Rob may or may not have a good game. All he can really hope for is that Minshew in the red zone hands it off to Jim Rob, and then Shauna doesn't get points and he'll get those points.
That's a good shout, actually. Didn't really notice that now. He can steal points off Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Todd Gurley, Kenny Drake's pretty even. Kenny Galladay, Robbie Anderson, kind of even. Depends on what way.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson's having a very good season, so
yeah.
I don't think many people saw it coming.
Yeah,
Shauna going with the double wide receiver stack again this week, the same team. And Keenan Allen, Mike Williams last week, and I just going Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones this week.
And Trey Burton and T.Y. Hilton.
She's got oh my God, she's so many players on the same team. Fuck. She's got so much relying on 2 games. She's got Minshew against Detroit. Minshew, Galladay, Jones all playing in the same game, and then Trey Burton and T.Y. Hilton as well. God damn it, Shauna.
Love it. It's a weird way to play the game, and it's fantastic. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty even, which is good. That always makes a much better game. Builds more hype.
Yeah. Show. But I think I am leaning towards Connor this week. I
think so. With Russell Wilson being out, T.Y. Hilton's kind of up and down. Marvin Jones, same. Or am I thinking of the right person? Yeah, Marvin Jones is a bit of a yo-yo. If Aaron Jones has a good week, it could make or break it. But I think overall, probably Connor. I think that's where the money is.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Connor. Aaron Jones, Tampa Bay is very, very good against the run. If Aaron Jones is doing his work, he'll probably be through the passing game. Kenyon Drake has just been very bang average for all the hype about him pre-season. Well, he hadn't a lot of bad weeks, actually. I thought he had worse weeks than that. 15, 11, 11, 4, 13. Terrible. I thought he was doing worse than that, but Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Connor just about another close one.
Yeah. Then they'd both be 3-3 as well, which would really, really, really piss Sean off, which is just what you want. It's what you want to see.
Last but not least, we got Johners against Mark and Gudoff.
We were saying earlier, Mark's starting to put together a good team, and then the Hurricanes are starting to lose players and not looking the best. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Mark, and just we're talking about in the last game, Connor got lucky when I having to play Russell Wilson, and Mark's getting very lucky. He doesn't have to play Alvin Kamara. He's probably been the best player in football this year.
Yeah.
He's dodging a bullet there.
Putting up some serious numbers.
And he gets the benefit. He's been stacking out Alexander Mattison since the draft, I think, and it's really paying off now this week where he gets to play him. He's going to have that whole backfield to himself, and the Vikings running back. Number one, obviously, been Dalvin Cook. He's been feasting all year, so Mattison isn't obviously as good as Dalvin Cook, but he's definitely he did very good last week after Dalvin Cook went out. He had a very good game, so
yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does now.
Especially against the Falcons, they're obviously just fired their coach, so
yeah. Same time, Josh Allen's been putting up ridiculous numbers, other than last week against Ryan Tannehill, but 32 points, 43 points, 36 points, 29 points, 16 points. He's been having, he's QB3. The Bills have been having a great opening.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the acquisition of Stephon Diggs has just transformed that offense, or is it just Josh Allen spent all off season really just honing in on his accuracy, but it does look very good this year.
No real standouts. DeAndre Swift, that's not going to be a great one to play.
No, kind of first.
Yeah, he's putting in all right numbers some weeks, but it's not great. Having him in such a high position isn't ideal. Amari Cooper as well. He's had some good games, some shocking games.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now with a full week of practice with Andy Dalton. There's obviously so many meds to feed in. Alice with Michael Gallup and CD Lamb there. It'd be interesting to see who Andy Dalton zones in as his favourite target now.
Yeah. But that's it. That's something that can throw an entire season for a fancy team. It's just, they swap quarterback. Turns out he has a great relationship with this other guy. So, yeah, that number one player is now number 3. George Kittle, yeah, he's going to have a good week as always. But that's actually a great tight end matchup. George Kittle versus Travis Kelce.
Yeah, probably the number 1 and 2 tight ends in the league right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tight one, but I'm assuming Mark knows that he has to pick up a kicker at some stage. And he's just leaving it. So it's something there to decide who he's going to pick up.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to make a massive difference, really.
Yeah, but I think I'm going with the projection here. I think I'd like Mark to win it, and I'd like him to win it maybe by 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I think the lads are starting to take a downturn. He's starting to take an upturn. It'd be great to see.
Yeah, I think looking at it here now. I think I'm going Mark. That's because he's got Alexander Mattison. He's going to have a good game. Mike Davis is just black CMC. Simple as. Just getting it done.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp's been very solid the last couple of weeks. Travis Kelce's going to feast. Miles Gaskin's probably going to have a good game against the Jets. Patriots against Denver. I don't know who's playing quarterback for Denver, but if it's Bill Belichick, he's probably going to have his way with whoever it is.
Yeah.
Defense, so
that's it.
Yeah, I like Mark by maybe 10, 15 points this week.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's definitely how it's going to be. There's a couple of good games though this week. I think Sean and Connor is going to be close.
Yeah.
I think Hannah and Dale's going to, I think you're right. I think that's going to be the game of the week.
Obviously, me and you against John and Rob, little DMR versus ATD podcast heat. So we can see who has the bragging rights after this week. Also, guys, make some picks, you sons of bitches. Or else we're just going to default take the number 1 title as the podcast.
Yeah, we'll just take it as you forfeit and we win.
Yeah, he's had fair warning. He's agreed to it at the start of the season. So, like I said, Aaron last week, our results are out there for everybody to hear. Actually, probably should have been keeping. I'm not sure what our record has been over the last couple of weeks, but you can go back and check. Yeah, he's one of, unless he's, yeah, this is your ultimatum. If you don't put your picks in this week, either in the Drispo chat or set up a different chat, two out of the four of you guys make 2 sets of picks, and if you don't do them this week, then we're just going to take it as a forfeit.
Sounds good to me.
I think that's fair. If that's the case, you're going to have to refer to yourselves as the second best Drispo podcast all next season. So, Gauntlet has been really thrown down.
That's all we got for the week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another good week of football. Obviously, hopefully, Patriots and Bills, that's the only one that looks to be any sort of threat now in the minute of not going ahead with today's case of another potential case. So hopefully we just get a clean slate. Goddamn football for 1 week.
Goddamn global pandemic ruining our good time.
No. Right, anyway, we're going to leave it off at that then. So we'll be chatting these from next week onwards. And make those goddamn picks, boys.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Last but not least, we got Johners against Mark Goodoff.
We were saying earlier, Mark's starting to put together a good team, and then the Hurricanes are starting to lose players and not looking the best. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Mark, and just we're talking about in the last game, Connor got lucky when not having to play Russell Wilson. Mark's getting very lucky. He doesn't have to play Alvin Kamara. He's probably been the best player in football this year.
Yeah.
He's dodging a bullet there.
Putting up some serious numbers.
And he gets the benefit. He's been stacking out Alexander Mattison since the draft, I think, and it's really paying off now this week where he gets to play him. He's going to have that whole backfield to himself, and the Vikings running back. Number one, obviously, been Dalvin Cook. He's been feasting all year, so Mattison isn't obviously as good as Dalvin Cook, but he's definitely he did very good last week after Dalvin Cook went out. He had a very good game, so
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does now.
Especially against the Falcons, they're obviously just fired their coach, so
yeah. Same time, Josh Allen's been putting up ridiculous numbers, other than last week against Ryan Tannehill, but 32 points, 43 points, 36 points, 29 points, 16 points. He's been having he's QB3. The Bills have been having a great opening.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the acquisition of Stephon Diggs that's just transferred that offense, or is it just Josh Allen spent all off season really just honing in on his accuracy, but it does look very good this year. Very, very good.
And no real standouts. DeAndre Swift, that's not going to be a great one to play.
No, kind of forced.
Yeah, he's putting in all right numbers some weeks, but it's not great. Having him in such a high position isn't ideal. Amari Cooper as well. He's had some good games, some shocking games.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now with a full week of practice with Andy Dalton. There's obviously so many meds to feed in. Alice with Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb there. It'd be interesting to see who Andy Dalton zones in as his favourite target now.
Yeah. But that's it. That's something that can throw an entire season for a fancy team. It's just, they swap quarterback. Turns out he has a great relationship with this other guy. So, yeah, that number one player is now number 3.
Yeah.
George Kittle, yeah, he's going to have a good week as always. But that's actually a great tight end matchup. George Kittle versus Travis Kelce.
Yeah, probably number 1 and 2 tight ends in the league right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tight one, but I'm assuming Mark knows that he has to pick up a kicker at some stage. And he's just leaving it. So it's something there to decide who he's going to pick up.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to make a massive difference, really.
Yeah, but I think I'm going with the projection here. I think I like Mark to win it, and I like him to win it maybe by 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I think the lads are starting to take a downturn. He's starting to take an upturn. It'd be great to see.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it here now. I think I'm going Mark. That's because he's got Big Ben, Alexander Mattison. He's going to have a good game. Mike Davis is just black CMC. Simple as. Just getting it done.
Yeah.
Cooper Cup's been very solid the last couple of weeks. Travis Kelce's going to feast. Miles Gaskin's probably going to have a good game against the Jets. Patriots against Denver. I don't know who's playing quarterback for Denver, but if it's Bill Belichick, he's probably going to have his way with whoever it is.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
yeah,
Denver.
I like Mark by maybe 10, 15 points this week.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's definitely how it's going to be. There's a couple of good games though this week. I think Sean and Connor is going to be close.
Yeah.
I think Hannah and Dale's going to, I think you're right. I think that's going to be the game of the week.
Obviously, me and you against John and Rob, little DMR versus ATD podcast heat. So we can see who has the bragging rights after this week. Also, guys, make some picks, you sons of bitches. Or else we're just going to default take the number one title as the podcast.
Yeah, we'll just take it as you forfeit and we win.
Yeah, he's had fair warning. He's agreed to it at the start of the season. So, like I said, Aaron last week, our results are out there for everybody to hear. But actually, probably should have been keeping. I'm not sure what our record has been over the last couple of weeks, but you can go back and check. Yeah, he's one of unless he's yeah. Your ultimatum: if you don't put your picks in this week, either in the Drispo chat or set up a different chat. Two out of the four of you guys make two sets of picks, and if you don't do them this week, then we're just going to take it as a forfeit.
Sounds good to me.
I think that's fair. If that's the case, you're going to have to refer to yourselves as the second best Drispo podcast all next season. So, Gauntlet has been really thrown down.
That's all we got for the week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another good week of football. Obviously, hopefully, Patriots and Bills. That's the only one that looks to be any sort of threat now. In the minute, I'm not going ahead with today's case of another potential case. So hopefully, we just get a clean slate. Goddamn football for 1 week. Not have it disrupted.
Goddamn global pandemic ruining our good time.
Aye?
Goddamn global pandemic ruining our good time.
No. Anyway, we're going to leave it off at that then. So we'll be chatting to you from next week onwards. And make those goddamn picks, boys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.